We on?
We're on.
Hopefully, my internet doesn't fuck out like last time. But
I
I'll
forgot
still be
all about
committed.
that.
I'll still be committed. I will still go in, out, in, out, in, out.
Last podcast was the only one I didn't go back and rewatch it, like listen to
Yeah.
it. Sometimes I'll just go back, re-listen to it and stuff just to see what it was like because I don't know what the fuck we talk about.
Oh
And
yeah.
I didn't do it last time, and I just remembered that there was just half the episode is just you just switching between your phone and the fucking laptop.
But it was different. It was like a different person when I was 'cause I'm on my it was on my phone. It was like high resolution. I need to
Yeah,
really clean my laptop, but fuck it. Those 10 people won't give a shit. It's all about the voice.
that's
Like
exactly
Mikey's
right.
that. Show him your Adam's apple.
I cut my Adam's apple.
It's fucking
We don't
massive.
even put this on. Oh yeah, they're gonna be big Adam's apple. We don't even put this. Next season we'll make an effort that we put them on Spotify and stuff. And I'll just re-upload all these and put them on Spotify, and then start it from like round one, not round one, more like pre-season, and just put them on
Mm,
Spotify.
yeah, we'll get there. Next year we'll be the number one. We'll be number one supercoach artist on Spotify.
Yeah, Next year we'll be in, and Sword Player better watch themselves. Isn't that one of the
don't,
podcasts?
don't call it. Don't call them out.
Who are
We
they?
suck.
I see them
You are
sometimes
right.
on
You are right.
on.
They're good. That's DR. We'll give DR a shout out.
Shout out DR.
One day we'll tag him, but at the moment we're learning.
Yeah, we're learning at the moment, and then next season we'll try to get some better mics or something.
Yeah, and we'll try and just not fuck up our trades.
I think next year we're
Nah,
gonna fucking be flying. Anyway, let's get into it. I'll go through my team and what I
start on a positive note.
yeah, and I this week wasn't actually that positive for me. But can you see that?
Yeah, it's just loading on my end. Yep.
So top 4%. I feel like I got a little bit stiff here.
Oh, you dropped
26-15.
ranks.
Yeah,
Dropped
drop
ranks.
ranks.
I reckon
At
that's
one
so.
point, I was stoked because Sicily kind of fucked me again. He did this the other week, but I was like rank 500 and something, or rank 590.
Jesus.
This was Saturday. I was ranked 590, like projected, and then I went backwards when Sicily just tanked it. So I was
He
in for a
did.
big
I
one, and
was
then
I was praying for him to tank it. I'm sorry because I had a match up and fuck, he got saved hard, man. I don't know how he scored 100.
I watched it
It's bullshit.
really intensely. Um,
I could imagine.
I watched
I
every one
told
of his
you. I
possessions.
told you in the pod last week that he was going to get tagged. Do you remember me saying that?
Yeah, I know. I knew he was going to get tagged, but I didn't think that there was going to be like that serious of a tag on him. I just thought they'd be paying a little bit of attention to him. So I was still hoping for like a 120.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Jeez.
if he didn't go, I'll show my team. If he didn't go, like, think he had 2 points in the first quarter.
Yeah.
He would have done 120. Like he did 30 points and then like 40 points in the third. Like he just went nuts. But he didn't actually go that nuts. You know what I mean? He was just accumulating points for breathing. Um,
It's
and
good for his end price too. I'm happy he got 102. I
mm,
mean, it would be good right now this week looking at it. You as a captainer, but fuck, he would be trying to buy him at 700k surely.
mm,
What's he?
yeah.
Oh, maybe not because he's had 50. Oh no,
What do you mean?
he's
Like for
that
next
58.
season?
Yeah, well, that 58's out of his. It was still in his system a little bit, so he could
Mm,
still be a lot. He could get to 700k. Depends how much we bomb it to him, Collingwood this week.
yeah. Fucking
I hope he gets knocked out.
McCoy. History shows that pies do leak points to one defender. There's always one defender that does
It's Will Day.
well. Will Day played underscored. you watch the game? Obviously, do you reckon he was
Yeah.
underscored 118?
Oh, I thought it was about
If
right. But
if
I'm always
Sicily got
happy.
102,
Yeah,
right?
true. You are right. I just think Sicily was overscored.
Yeah, it's probably right as well.
Like,
Sicily did a lot
fucking,
of intercept marked and then like would kick it, handball receive, like type of thing. And he just
they,
did like a lot of shitty, dinky passes back and forth in the back line.
yeah, and they changed his role as well. They pushed him half forward, half back flank.
Yeah, halfback.
Yeah,
Um,
still a good team though. Jesus.
yeah. Yeah, so Dacos, obviously it doesn't matter, everyone has him. T Stewart, I think let me go undo changes. T Stewart fucking fucked us on the VC. Should have gone Timmy English, but couldn't have picked that. I would never have gone him. I don't know how anyone went him.
A lot
Um,
of people did though, but I
mm,
think it might have not been the. Well, I know a few people in our league did actually.
mm.
Didn't
If
someone do it against you?
nah, they went Bond.
Nah.
And I went. So we both lead. Petrarca fucked me over this week in my fucking league, but yeah, Tom Stewart. He didn't look dangerous at all, like the whole game, did he? Like
I,
maybe
s-
the first quarter.
I swear, every single time you vice him, he does this shit.
Hmm.
And every time you don't vice him, he will pump out 160. Well,
Yeah,
it's not true, but
152 the week before against
yeah.
Brisbane.
And so I'm not wrong, actually. He just goes bonkers sometimes. I think and it's always the week before you captain him and he's got that, shitter score in him and then he just pumps it out.
He kind of just doesn't
Geelong,
do that well at GMS, eh? But he just has shit score. He just shit good, shit good, shit good.
sometimes, last year, if you go to last year, he had a really good score in GMS, I'm pretty sure. Like it was his favourite ground to play in. Yeah, it was.
187, 174. Jesus Christ.
Just imagine if you had those little puppy scores as a VC. Just Kata scores. Just massive scores. But I got him in 2022.
Hmm.
I think I used my last trade on him,
Hmm.
and Mitch Owens tagged him, and it fucked my season. I bring him in again at 48, and made me lose the finals matchup. I'm pretty sure. And I had Houston, the donkey. Oh,
Oh, gets
it's
his
all about
Houston.
luck.
He's having a great season. What a fuckwit.
I think he's dropped off a little bit though, Danny Houston. I don't think he played
No
last week.
way.
Pretty sure
No,
he got
he look at this, mate. You don't think Dan Houston didn't play
last
last
week.
week?
uh,
Yeah,
Last week.
122.
Oh, sorry. I was out
I was
getting
gonna
drinks with
say
Liam.
he top scored, I think.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate him. I'll probably start him next year, to be honest.
Um, I don't think I'll be starting him next year. Actually, we'll see. We'll see what price he is. He's number one ranked defender at the moment.
Bullshit.
Where's Dan Houston 22? Yeah, he's number one
Bullshit.
ranked defender. Let's look. Players,
Dacos
filter,
is defender. Dacos
um,
started as a defender.
defender. Oh
Dacos
no, he's
Dawson.
not. He's not
Yeah.
even close.
Don't. Do not. Do not. Do not.
He's the
I'm
highest
not
price
taking.
though.
Yeah. Yeah. So he won't. There's no chance he can start him next year anyway.
Hmm.
Caleb Daniel, 470k. That's cheap. That's cheap. I like that. Not for this year, but next year.
Do you reckon you'd start Caleb Daniel next year?
Oh, depends who's their outgoings. I reckon Western Bulldogs will trade a few people. Have to, but
They're just such fucking.
they
Do you
just
reckon Bailey? Real quick, do you reckon Bailey Smith's going next year? Do you reckon he's going to
nah.
the Bombers?
They'll keep on to him.
Because what have
I
they
think.
done this year? Ruined his career basically by just like
Well, they recruited Poulter and Baker to play his role, but I obviously thought he's. I don't know if he was injured either as well. But yeah, I think you're gonna persist with him. He's He's been better in the last few weeks, though. I'm pretty sure.
155.
Only
Like,
once.
these are terrible scores.
Oh, he's been alright for the round 14 and 13. He's never going to be. I had him in my team last year as well.
Mm.
He's a 90 at best player.
Really?
He was dominating during that stretch, and that's how I got sucked in. And then he went back to his old ways. My team's actually doing better this year than last year, and I thought I was going well last year. So this shows how fucking one-sided this season is. Everyone's just got their popular players.
Everyone has relatively the same team, and that's what I've
Mm.
realized. It's kind of like you stick with the crowd in terms of what everyone's doing, but pick maybe one or two players that you think are stars,
Yeah,
and go for them.
like Luke Ryan.
It might pay off and it might not pay off.
Luke Ryan. That is just someone,
Mm.
pains me to say it, he's so fat and just looks fucking so slow, and he fucking had a cork calf. So he had padding, like he had a bandage over his leg when he travelled.
Mm.
And you see him just doing bugger all. I think he had a 40 at halftime, even
He
less.
loves a gimme. He loves a fucking. You know how he gets all his points? He loves the
The
short
kick
kick
in,
into the kick
yeah,
in, or
yeah.
he gets
I've
the
seen
short kick into the pocket. That's every
it. Give it
time.
back, give it back, give it back.
Yeah.
And somehow he's actually a good kick of the ball though, because
Yeah.
every time it's actually at someone and it hits, and then that's how his scores are so bloody good. Because I know Stewart does it, and he boots it out on the full. He doesn't know where the fuck it's going, but Luke Ryan actually pinpoints his passes.
And he's a good intercept mark as well. Like, he's strong.
Yeah, yeah. He reminds me of Joel Bowden, but he's probably better than Joel Bowden. He used to
Mm.
play for Richmond.
I reckon Freo are probably pretty close. Like, pretty close to just turning their team around a little bit. Like, they've got a
Yeah,
really good midfield. Their back line is good. It's not great, but it's good. And they just lack any options up forward. But as soon as they fix that, I feel like they're easily top 8.
yeah. Probably top 8. Sounds about right.
Mm.
I just don't know. I reckon they need to recruit smartly. They got to keep Liam Henry, because he's having a good season. But yeah, the defenders are old though and injury prone. Like Alex
Mm.
Pearce is injured, but
That's
he
true.
somehow Alex Pearce had his best season,
Oh,
best game
Pierce
of
was
his
playing
career.
incredible on the
Yeah,
weekend.
unreal game.
Yeah.
It was like his prime Michael Jordan. And they said
Yeah.
I think I was listening to a podcast, Will Schofield's podcast, and they're and Freo and W West Coast, like, mostly media. So they're like describing Freo and Port. Oh, sorry, I can't even talk. Freo and West Coast. And they were saying like Pearce got shafted in the media, said how shit he is, should resign. And then the coach said, "Oh, he's actually got an injury." And then the following game, he plays the best game of the season.
Mm.
So he's
He
probably
looked really good.
playing with an injury. Yeah.
It's actually strange for some reason.
Luke
Bit off
Jackson, they've
topic.
got Sean Darcy injured.
Mm.
I actually rate my mate. My mate comes Shepparton way. He raved about Lachlan Schultz,
Mm. I
and
was going to say Schultz is good. I like Schultz.
he reckons this bloke like played a local footy match in the grand final, and he lost the grand final, but he got best on ground, and then that sort of says something. But once he came into the league, he's actually been solid. He's not a super coach option,
Mm-mm.
but he's just a fucking good role player.
Mm.
So
I
yeah,
agree.
I actually agree with you. And they got
Um,
Hayden Young. Yeah,
yeah,
they got a good list.
they got Cox. He gets injured though.
Yeah.
You got O'Meara who can run
I
through the
like
middle.
Sturt. I actually like Sturt
I don't like him.
because he's
I,
stuffed you.
no, no. 'Cause I watch, like, he's just sitting on my bench now. He really doesn't matter. Marek plays better.
Mm.
I still like to watch his games. He doesn't look like his AFL level.
He's a good kick, but he's skinny. He's got to get some
He looks very
Wait
scared
on.
when he gets the ball.
What about a
Like,
miss? They're saying he's the best young forward up and coming.
Amos, I mean.
Yeah, a miss.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Or
yeah,
is
yeah.
it Amos? Whatever it
Yeah,
is.
it's Jai Amos, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Amos looks very good. He has
Unreal.
great like footy senses in a way. Like
Doesn't
when he gets the
miss.
ball, he just knows what's around him and where it is.
Yeah.
He kicked a great snap goal on the weekend, I'm pretty sure. Like
Yeah. He's
this was
usually
a
dead eye dick.
yeah, this was a great game from them.
I watched that game. Yeah, I think Cats are finished. Put a line through them.
I think so as well. Did you
Stupid
see Jez Cameron punch-ons at the bar?
at the Ashes.
He
I
got
was reading
no.
it. I was
Was
reading
it
it.
at the Ashes?
No, it's not at the Ashes. He's watching the Ashes
Like
at
headbutted.
at a Geelong pub and got headbutted by just a random.
What do you like Jeremy Cameron? I reckon he's
I
a bit of
love
a
Jeremy
fucking
Cameron.
tosser.
I love him.
Really?
We were in for him, Collingwood, and
I
I
know.
wanted to throw. He's burnt us hard over the years. That's probably why you don't like us. I like
Oh,
him because he fucked us, and he would just keep Geelong in the game every time, and it'd just be he'd get a bullshit free, and he'd be kicking him from the boundary. I love Jezza.
I think he's a
I
dickhead.
really do. He'll beg to differ.
I think he's
Anyway.
a fucking dickhead. All right, let's keep going. Sinclair actually ended up being a great pick, hey?
Yeah, he's always been a good pick.
No, but like how sketchy he was for a bit when we
Yeah.
had him a little bit early than everyone else.
Yeah.
But like
This is
and
what I mean. Like, and I was going to go over my team. Like, most of them have been all right. You know, the guys that we picked, and they've been pretty solid, apart from DeGoey and all that kind of stuff. But Sinclair, I'd probably pick next year as well. Like, no hesitation ahead of, you know, I don't think the teams would be this different next year. Maybe bar one or two players.
Really, even though that Dacos is going to be pure mid next year,
True, it
Sinclair
is
maybe
gonna
potentially
true.
pure mid. Dawson, yeah, like a lot of these backmen are going to be pure mid. So the midfield's going to have so many variations of people.
Surely Sinclair gets defender. He's been halfback a little bit. Even when I watch the games, he's halfback, like coming in from the, like he's not starting in the centre bounce.
Sometimes he does. When the game's on the line, they'll put him in there.
Dacos will change it. But those four, who's the 119? Dawson. Well, he's pretty much full-time mid.
Yeah.
So it will be different. But I think the 6 that you've got right now, they're all in the discussion. I don't think they'll leave the discussion next year. It's more about just picking the best price point. Or it's maybe going deeper in defense and just getting those players that you know, and then you can wiggle it around because they might. Yeah.
And maybe you have to be looking at a player like Caleb Daniel next year, just because of he might drop in a little bit of a price. And
I've already got one Smoky, a lizard.
Oh, you're gonna go for the lizard?
Yeah.
I've loved watching him play.
I've loved what I've seen from Lizard. There's so much potential there. He's just got to get another preseason in him, and Jake Lloyd's going to be 1 year older. I think it was that 1 year too early for him. He's just butchered his disposal efficiency, but he'll be. I love watching him. It's just a joy to watch, Nick.
This has been a shocking pick for anyone who's actually grabbed him. He's looked good in games, but obviously hasn't been scoring well.
You got him. I'm just looking at the discounted prices now. Not much else. I tell you who was a massive miss.
Who?
Lockie Whitfield. I've had Lockie Whitfield last year and I had to trade him.
He's very injury prone.
I agree with you.
Like these are some big scores, but before this, like you can't be saying he was a big miss.
In the middle, he was doing all right.
He's a big gamble. If someone's going Lockie Whitfield, they're like,
how many teams is he in? Go up a little bit. Fuck, that's a mad pod.
2%.
That's everything I wanted Taron Thomas to be.
And how much was he, Whitfield, at the time? It's probably too expensive. Do you reckon? I'm just going to finish up my team real quick, and I want to ask you a few questions about yours.
Oh, no.
Lockie Neal got tagged. What a toss pot. Sicily fucked me over the captain. Let's keep going. Keys, I think, is dead. You know, he's a good 23rd to have there, and he probably will average around this 70 to 60 for the rest of the year. I reckon he's cooking. He doesn't.
A dead pick.
He's a dead pick.
Is he the same as Taron Thomas, you would say?
Nah, Taron Thomas has potential. Oh, yeah, I reckon they're the same because they both have potential
Even
to get
though
to
they're
100.
$100K difference.
Yeah.
That's just promise players that you shouldn't get sucked into buying that 23rd premium and just buy another gun. You know, you have a good team right now. And I have 3 of those. So yeah, but I don't mind Keys. If he had his role,
if his role was still there,
Sloan was out of there, and now Matt Crouch is back.
It's Crouch
just dead.
Keys could get dropped. He won't, but I'm just saying, like, if Crouch is back, like,
yeah,
he's not going to get dropped. But Crouch is back. Keys is never getting back into that midfield, like, unless they want to tag someone in there who's just like a do or die player. No. Jack Steele, love watching him play. I think I'm going to start him next year. I think I love loving what I'm seeing from him. Yeah,
he's obviously injured at the point where you were bagging him personally, saying rude things.
Terrible things about him, and Jackie boy, right here is when you I got faith for you again. Right, this 97, and you've just turned into. I might stay up. Sarong looks like he's dying off towards the end of the year, and I think everyone thought he was going to do this. 110 is still a good score. Low disposal efficiency.
He's definitely playing injured. There's been reports heaps of times that his ankle's fucked.
Yeah,
and he can't even train.
But slowly, as the year's going on, like, look at this, like,
it's
just
proven.
slowly dropping off.
It's proven, but he can still bang out 110. Like, what are they putting?
Oh yeah, not a dud pick.
In his ankle?
They're just like
steroids. Stephen Dank,
get it in there, baby. Kieran Briggs played the best. I'm gonna skip English because we all know he should have scored 200, but he didn't. Thank fuck. Kieran Briggs, this man, this is two weeks in a row now that Kieran Briggs has just said, "What? It's the last quarter. Say less," and has just fucking played the lights out. Like, he did this last week. That's how he got to 91, and then this week he played the best last quarter I've ever seen him play ever.
He actually burnt. So in English looked way worse that fourth quarter compared to Briggs.
Yeah,
Briggs won them, or just got their mids into the game. That's how they won, obviously. But English looked cooked, and Briggs was just still going. It just was weird watching. Like, did they play a second ruck with Bullies? No, I don't think Lob was playing. So
no, but English just looked like he was so out of energy. But he was doing everything. But, like, he'd just pick up the ball and just head down, just booted it. Don't even care. Just fucking, and then just starts running again like this. Like, big man's just fucked. Errol 150 again. He's just such a great VC option that you would never take.
I did that once though. I tried to take him, but he didn't. Yeah. Obviously,
he didn't do it. We always miss.
Goulden is a gun. He's
such good.
He's still living at home.
Really?
Yeah, he's still living at home. I think he's only 20 or 21.
Look at these scores, cunt.
He's a fucking gun. He's a gun. I love watching him too because he's such a. He's like a better version of Dacos, but just an elite wingman. Like, and he's just so damaging by foot. And then he goes.
I was going to say he's easily the All-Australian wingman this year.
Yeah.
easily. And what trends can we see here? And
There was a
venue wise.
period. There was a period this season when people were trading Errol out.
Mm.
I can't remember when. I think it was like early days.
When he scored this 47.
Yeah,
Eh?
88-47, I think, and they were looking at the 85 sort of, I think,
Mm.
to like as a 4 game sort of sample.
At
Oh,
469.
there was never a way where I was getting rid of Gordon. Never a way.
No, he scored 200 in the practice match.
And he was going under the radar then. He was in my team, and then everyone got him, sadly.
He wasn't in my team. I got him after the Pracky match. If he
Fuck's
didn't
sake.
go nuts, yeah, I think he would have been a massive pod, like for the start of the season.
People were playing him last year. I'm pretty sure he had a hot last season. Not hot last season, but the last quarter of the month. And ended on a real good note, just like this. But yeah, he's been creme de la creme.
And last one, Darcy Cameron. I mean,
Give him
I
a clap.
still reckon he's a fucking pelican, and we'll get to the Pies later in Pies chat. For anyone who traded him out here when he got injured, eat shit. Honestly,
You get a name and
fucking
shame, are you?
fucking suck a dick to every single person who traded this guy out. I would have traded him out if I could have,
I
but
was not convincing you. I just thought that was the most logical move instead of getting rid of Dunkley. But your team's worked out well with getting rid of Green. But this is what we expected. I'll be interested to see what his price is at next year because you might go an English / DC maybe.
no, mate. Next year, you know what you're doing? You're doing Max Gorn into fucking Brody Grundy at Port.
That is a good call if that ever
Yeah.
happens. I'll get on to that contract situation because I want to get your thoughts on it because I just don't understand how this is all going to work. And if he's at a third club, that surely means that Collingwood are fucking avoided of paying a single cent.
I reckon they might be. I honestly think they might be, and I think he's already. Ken Hinkley's already said that he wants him.
Oh, whoops. Just stop this.
So if it happens, that's great for the Pies, and it's going to be great for Supercoach. Let's have a look.
2548. I was trying to get this notification back, but it said like 2 out of 3 losses, time to trade. Dude, 300. So like I scored this and I lost like this many ranks. I have 2 primos on the bench right now. What is
So
going on?
if you didn't captain Dacos, you silly duck, you probably would have still been around the mark.
Yeah, and I've lost my own cash. Like I was in my own, started the boys' cash league, lost it by 0.2%.
Show us the
I'm
league.
sitting 9th.
Start with the
So
league. Show us the
it's a
dilemma.
massive, it's a massive, it's a massive where is it? View league. Yeah, because this is my league right now. If it ever loads, how do I look at total points? Is that where it is? No. So I finished 4th in total points.
I think it got rid of it, did
And
it?
it must have. It's all gone weird.
Yeah, I think it's because it's finals. Anyway,
I finished 9th. These are Mikey's 2nd, so good on you, Mikey.
thanks, guys.
I'm in the minor premiership, unfortunately, but off 0.2%. I'm in this one and I'm in the top 4, so I think I'm actually a chance here because I'm 3rd. I'm versing a guy that has Sam Walsh. And he didn't trade Sam Walsh last week, so I have a feeling he's out of trades.
Oh,
So,
how much is that cash league?
same, 50
Same,
ahead.
same. Yeah.
Because this is this guy's team. He's got Walsh on the bench, Green to come back in. So I think he's he still has to have a rookie on field. So if I win this cash leg, right? I mean, sorry, not win it. This round, I can wait 1 week, and Sam Welsh can take his time, and then I'll just have my full team back around. It'll be massive.
Yeah, it'd be
This is
huge.
why.
We'll have
This
Greenback and Walsh.
and this is why I've like. I told you like my season's done because I saw Walsh gone, and then I saw my ladder position, and then I'm like, fuck it, I'm captaining Dacos because I didn't care, but I knew that I wasn't going to finish top 4, and you needed a top 4 spot to I had that many injuries.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's what I did. But I literally cost myself a league final, which I will learn. I've got rules, and I'm going to stick to them. I promise you, next year I'm going to stick to them. I've just been too lenient with myself, and I've
Run us
just
through the rules. What are the rules? I'd love to hear them.
125. I've always taken 120 or 125, but this year I just wasn't. And I'm just like trying to chase the biggest score.
I know you are. You're the fucking biggest punter. I know. Oh, you get like a one.
125. I like 125. I liked 125. I'll probably
Mm.
stick to that 125. And I've taken 125s every single time, apart from last week or 2 weeks ago, because I wanted to climb the ranks. Whilst I was going to have an injury next week, so that was my theory there. But 125. What are my other ones? Fuck, that'd be heaps. I just can't remember. Oh, the injury prone players. I'm going to type them all down, and like if someone has an injury pre-season, I'm going to actually watch, you know, they'll have a big mark on their name unless it's like a big dog like this, Dacos Dunkley. What other no? And don't go for a 23rd premium or settle on that. And don't listen to
22.
22 and 2 trades. Or 3. You know what I mean? Instead of wasting your money on fucking mid-level players like Himmelberg.
Well, I think we just got a little bit unlucky. Like there was easily potential there to
Oh,
get
massively unlucky.
A grade like primo 23rd.
Yeah. We did get unlucky, and I've got fucking a ton of injuries, man. Tom Green, Sam Walsh. Fucking, there's about 12 of them. There's 12, literal 12. I gotta have another beer over it. That's how depressing it is.
That's rough as cats.
It is. Like Sam
Well,
Walsh looks so good.
Tell us about the little trade period of bringing in Took when I was like, don't get Took in, like he's too expensive. You're chasing it right now, and you blew up your team to get Took in. You're like, I think I can get him in.
Boosted for 2.
Boosted
And
to get Took in. Yeah,
and captained.
Straight C. So what have we learnt now? Never straight C someone and never chase someone in.
Yeah, we got you never straight C. I've heard a few people talk about that. I'm just for their opinion. You can't captain someone on Sunday.
Why?
And that was Took. He was Sunday, the last game, and I've had a couple, and I've just gone, nah, no Sunday captains. It's just like a little rule. So
I've actually learned a massive learning about captains. If you want to hear it real quick, that I'm going to tell you anyway. It's that you always have to have someone in your team who is like guaranteed to score like a 110 plus. So Dunkley, like right now in my team, the only person I have would be Bont in English, and they both play for the same team, who is a guarantee. So you'd need only have 2 of those players from like 2 teams. So you can always have a captain that is a guarantor of a 120 to 110. And in your VC, you just go nuts for everyone else, because at the moment I don't have that one.
Well, you're just going. Oh well, you do. You got English or Bond,
but they play on a Friday. Then what am I going to do? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, you would have heaps of options if you go Sicily. I'm just trying to remember your team because I can't. Who would
But
you?
what I'm saying basically is your C always has to lay on one of those 2 players every week. and your VC can go nuts for an else, but you always have to see one of those two players. So next year it'll be Clary. I'm always just going to have the C on Clary,
Yeah.
no
Yeah, well,
matter
that's
what.
the thing. Like when these people, I think they worked out better because I know JD who plays YouTube, he's ranked like 160th or something, but he didn't have any 700k players, but he chose two players that were going to score, captain scores, and he just rotated, and it actually worked out better because like no one over 700k really maintains their price because I'm pretty sure they got an average of 128 or 30 a game or some shit like that before they decrease.
Mm-hmm.
So I reckon picking, not relying on those guys that are 700k will be like good for you next year. I don't reckon you can pick anyone 700k, and I don't know if anyone else is going to do it, which I feel like everyone's going to move to that scenario and not pay up because a lot of people got fucked over.
I started with two 700k players this year, and I did well.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it's all team dependent. I chose Laird, which Laird actually hasn't been that good this year. I'll be honest.
He's back though, I reckon. Yeah, he hasn't
Yeah,
been. I reckon he dropped down to 590k at one point. Like he was
that's what I mean.
easy.
So I chose the wrong 700k player maybe, but
And I picked
there'll be a few flying around 700k maybe or close to it because Bont will be there, English will be there.
I feel like next year I'm still gonna start two 700k players.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I want to start Bont and Clary. And if Clary's 700k, he might
Clary
be, he
won't be
might not be.
700. Clary won't
Well,
be 700.
well, I'm gonna start Bont then. Like
Yeah,
I want one of those players who is just like, I know this guy is gonna be my M1 for the rest of the season, or like that's my
yeah,
captain person.
yeah,
Like last at the start of the season, I was averaging stupid captain scores just because I've had Clary, and I was just captaining him every week. I
yeah.
had a captain on him.
Yeah, and that's the thing about that strategy is you've got the big guns and you don't have to worry. Or
Mm,
even though, well, I viced Clary when he got that 125 score or 120 score or whatever before he got injured, and it was just
mm,
safe, and it actually bet all those other guys that week.
mm.
So Clary, I'm really keen on. Apparently, he's back this week. It's either this week or next week. So imagine if you
Literally
verse
last week they had 2 to 3 on him.
really. So it's strange. I heard on the radio when I was doing the dishes that he might be back this week, but surely I can never tell because the whole thing is next week he'll be ready. Doesn't come back, pings his hamstring again, infected blister. Then
I'd love to know. I'd love to
I
know
hope he
someone
doesn't
in the
come back.
club
I hope he doesn't come back, man, because fuck him.
because
I don't want him.
how much
He'll be
better
around
is
600k
Melbourne
next year.
playing right now? Like this is just more to do with the Pies. How much better is Melbourne playing right now with one ruck, playing lights out footy? They look incredible.
I haven't been watching much Melbourne games, but I always, well, like I turn it on with a quarter or a half to go.
Hmm.
Um, every time I just see Max going everywhere.
I don't think he
Everywhere.
sustains this.
Dude, he
He's.
was doing this, but he's playing on another level.
I don't
He's
think he
playing on a level
sustains
that
it.
is, mate, how the fuck is he averaging 27? Not averaging 27, but the last two games, he would have been on 27 and didn't he get 30 against the Brizzy game?
Yeah, I think he
He's
got 32.
215. 32?
I think so.
Jesus
Let me have a look
Christ.
real quick. I could be wrong. Let me fact check myself. Brisbane.
Well, we may as well talk about it now.
Yeah, go on.
But if they're going to you reckon they're going to get rid of him next year? Grundy?
Brody Grundy. Yeah, definitely. I don't think he stays. Wait,
So
where did Max Gorn?
what does that mean
Max
for
Gorn
Collingwood?
had 28 against on the weekend, and then not last week. And then no, he didn't have 32. What did he have?
That might have been it, 28.
He must have played a shit game against Adelaide. And then, oh yeah, he had 29 and 1 goal, 1.
Yeah, so he's averaging 28 around there.
Yeah.
26. Fucking hell.
But
anyway,
go.
does Collingwood pay for that
I don't know. It's very
percentage?
interesting. It's very interesting.
I don't think
thought.
we should. I think they should take on their mistake, but it doesn't make sense, hey, because maybe it's divided into the
It'd probably be
percentage
a
we pay would
three-way
get lower.
deal. Like a three-way deal now. Now Colin would be paying less. Melbourne would be paying less. And Adelaide, all these fucking. Imagine Brody Grundy is
Because
3
they said
paychecks.
they'll get Grundy for about $500K a year, which is a bloody steal, by the way.
Yeah.
Imagine buying Brody Grundy for $500K a year. That's what we would want him on playing in our team.
But guess what? Brody Gundy ruins teams, so good luck. But I guess he's better
I don't
than
think he
Lysette.
ruins teams.
He's better than Lysette. He sucks at ruck. He sucks at the ruck.
Yeah.
He's good. He's good. He's a good ruck midfielder. Is the only way you could describe him. But he's not a good ruckman.
Yeah.
When he played against Shane Mumford in the prelim in the rain when the Pies were coming, all he had to do was just punch the ball, but he just kept tapping it to his feet. Just every time, just tap to his feet.
And everyone sharks him. Everyone sharks him.
He's so predictable, and you'll lose all your center clearances with him in there.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like they're going to persist 1 year with him, but then you got Van Ruin just playing off his head. And he's really like getting blocked off that spot because say if Grundy gets in there, it'd be Van Ruin or Petty, and Petty kicked. What did he kick? 5 goals. He was
One of the
everywhere.
best fucking games of his life.
So you imagine you just going, oh. And I heard a call from Brad Johnson. It was just like a small tag. But he's like, "Do we rest Max Gawn? Do Melbourne rest Max Gawn?" He's like, "Yes." But I'm like, why would you rest that? You've got all the momentum. I know they're playing North. I'm pretty sure they're playing North. Yeah, you can't stop. You can't stop what's happening now because you're gaining traction. I reckon they're second. I've never rated them, and now I'm going shit. I'm actually scared.
Mate, watching the game against Richmond in the last quarter. If they don't have Max, if Max Gawn hurts himself, they're fucking terrible. But Max Gawn and Petrarca just seems like it's like the other teams don't give him respect at all as a player. He is just in open space all the time.
He's only one. He's won Brownlow. It's not 2, is it? No.
Petrarca hasn't won a Brownlow.
Yeah, he has.
Has Petrarca won a Brownlow?
Yeah. Yeah. Where's Petrarca? I'm pretty sure he's... Where is it? Am I wrong?
No, he's never won a Brownlow. I don't think so.
Why is he not winning? Nah. Am I wrong?
You're definitely wrong. I don't think he has. Has Petrarca won a Brownlow?
He's come top 3 then. He must have come top 3. So
he's come high, but I don't think he's ever won a Brownlow.
Talk.
I was going to say, that's a fucking big... Have I just not been
Has he won an AFL? Has he won a coach's award then?
No, he's won a Coleman, I think. No, Coleman,
Oh, where are we going with this? Oh my god!
He's won a fucking...
I actually envisioned. I've already got it in my head that Petrarca. I saw him with the medal in my head. I actually don't get what's happened.
He's won a fucking...
I reckon he nearly won it.
He's won a Norm Smith. That's it.
Look at these Brownlow. Patrick Cripps.
I can't see him. You fucking... Yeah, your head's in the way. Let me change this orientation real quick.
Yeah, we could have just said Petrarca. Petrarca up there. But Cripper, Wines.
He's actually pushing. If Nick Dacos...
By
shits the
far
bed,
givers.
then track might win it this year.
I honestly reckon Dacos isn't as safe as what they say he is.
I don't think so either.
Petrarca, and it's always like that, but I don't know. You can never trust the umpires these days. They put on bets.
It's just good for news. It's just good for like headlines. Nick Dacos, you know what I mean? Dacos is
Yeah.
headline at the moment, and everyone saying that he's going to win it is headline. But honestly, I don't think he's. I
He'll
think
get
he's
some
pretty
he'll
close.
get some votes taken off him, I
Mm.
reckon. Like Josh Dacos, DeGoey, Pennells,
Hmm.
Sidey, he's been playing unreal.
Hmm.
And you got forwards like Billy Elliott, but it's always a midfield game anyway. Should I get onto my team?
Yeah. I was gonna tell us about your team, and I want to ask you some things about it as well.
I thought that those were the few questions that you're going to ask me. Dacos shit. What was he doing out there? He's trying to. Did you hear David King? He's the most individual player on the team last Friday, and he could have passed to multiple teammates.
I know, I understand, and I kind of agree
He's
with David King a little bit. But if Dacos kicks that, the Pies are up and
he's
about,
been
and
doing.
Dacos
He's
is the
been
best player
kicking
in the
those.
league. Yeah, that's
He's
what I'm
been
saying. He
kicking
kicks
those
those.
all season. All season he does that, and you just go fuck. We, and that's the worst I've seen him play. Like
Mhm.
he wasn't composed. It just wasn't our night. So 82. I know a lot of people viced him as well, and I was like dead against vice. Like I
Terrible
just knew.
vice.
I just had this feeling about this game because I got my car towed on Friday, and then I've
Hmm.
just gone. This is just going to be a shit day. The Pies are going to fucking lose, and this is just like not what I planned it out because it's going to be a great
Where'd
day. I
your
was
car get towed to?
to Collingwood. I was in the city, and they've got like a 4:30 to 6:30 tollway zone, but
Ah,
other than that time, it's a 2-hour park, and the other
mm.
way it's a toll. I might have to appeal it. I'm thinking I got to appeal it, but that's another story for another
It's
day.
another story for another day. We'll keep going. Show
Anyway,
us what you
but so
got.
I was drinking with Nathan,
Hmm.
the loyal listener, Nathan Dippy, the best Supercoach team on earth, and I've just gone. This is going to be a great day, and then I've got my car towed, and I'm like, this is going to be a shit day, and then I could just sense it. I'm like, I'm not vicing Dacos, I'm not feeling it, and then he's played the worst game of his not career, but this year, easy. But
To be fair, everyone for the Pies played terribly.
yeah, except for DC. Respect to your name, DC. He's my stallion.
Don't say that.
But
Don't
Dawson,
say.
Sheasel's actually a G. I'm actually in love with Sheasel. He's he's just a consistent motherfucker.
Well, you saw what happened today, didn't you?
Nah.
Aaron Hall
Oh yeah. Oh,
died.
he was out of the picture for a while.
Yeah,
It
no,
did
but
ruin it for a bit. Those
that's what I'm
people
saying.
trading me out. Yeah.
Shizzle baby, he's good now. He's a lock for
And
forever.
Jack Zabel has retired, but we called this on the pod, our second pod. We said Zabel looks like something's happened to his knee. I think it's got infected or something. He can't run anymore.
He's got an infected. I can see it from here. It looks like it's infected.
That's his knees, just fucking bone on bone, bro.
You should be a doctor. Some bloke walks in the room. It's an infected knee, mate.
Now I'm laughing. Now I'm gonna look at this cunt. It will work.
What?
Oi,
Let's take it back a little bit to click his name. Let's take it back to what round you said to me. I don't want to tell you who I'm going to pick because you're going to want
alright.
him. You're going to want
And
him. I'm not
I
going to
was
tell
I
you.
was like cleaning the dishes today, thinking of my picks and like the picks that we're talking about earlier. I don't know why
Mm.
this isn't loading. It's loading very slowly. But they're saying that Himmelberg might sign back with GWS, and
Yeah, because nobody wants him.
I think I might fucking
Don't
Get him
say
in
that.
next year. He's that cheap.
Don't say that.
441k.
Don't start Harry Himmelberg next year. Mate.
Where's his scores? He doesn't even deserve this. My internet's fucking up majorly. Do you want to just, can you look on your thing? Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
You're all good. I've got it. So I got him in for this North game. I'm pretty sure round 13, 2 weeks before his bye. Sold him for Seamus Mitchell, which was 40k less than him, going up in price. Yeah, well, I made 40. I think it was an easy upgrade. I thought I was a primo ahead of you, or you were a primo ahead. So I caught up.
Yeah.
He had
Feel
88.
like
I was
I've got
actually
Harry
happy.
Himmelberg cunt. He's gonna go 120 every game from here. Showing me
Oh,
last year's stats. Show us last year's stats. Yeah, not and I'm just like, they look terrible. This Harry Himmelberg fucking sucks.
you know who I should have got? I was actually watching the game the price. I looked at the prices. It wouldn't have worked out, so I can't say I would have got him. But I wish I got Sam Taylor or Whitfield. But Sam Taylor has been a fucking rock. Do you know Sam Taylor?
I don't know Sam Taylor.
Are you serious? He's on my topics for what's happening here? Series called me for some series knows that we're recording.
Yes,
Fuck off,
Will. What would
Siri.
you like to talk about?
Oh, this is just depressing. This can't be his 22 stats. It is. 187, 95, 114, 101, 132, 130. It's not even that good at the end of the season that I was bragging about. Anyway, he can get in the bin.
Mate, this is why I told you, show me these scores, going, he is going to be the best thing. Like, you are going to wish that you got him. And I'm just like, I don't know what you're saying here.
Mate, it's going to happen again. I reckon my computer is going to be fucked and I'm going to have to get on my MacBook. I mean,
Here,
my
let me do something real quick here. Watch this. I'm going to go
go
like
on your
this.
screen.
Yeah, and then I'm going to jump onto you. And then you can see your team.
Yeah, thank God.
Leagues. Fucking view leagues.
I need to pay for some decent internet. I'm at the top, mate. I'm 9th.
Here you go.
You know how
Said Harry
Max was,
Himmelberg.
yeah. You know how Max was talking about them being a Resi Cash League. I think I might just put it in the money of, or I've got everyone's money, so I'll say now there's a Resi Cash League. Nah, can you
What?
get this?
Just don't take anyone's money. What? Don't give anyone's money back, and just say.
No, just a little divvy. I would say 100 or money back for Crooksy for winning the Resi Cash League.
Yeah.
Anyway, get this prick off my screen. I'm sick of him.
Okay, he's gone.
He
Who
actually
do you
had
want
a.
to talk about?
This is still on Himmelberg. I was watching this game. Did the last 2 seconds and 5 seconds of the game, right? He's kicked it, and he always does this. He gets done for insufficient intent. So there was like, I think they were up by 5 or 6 or whatever. It was a close game. Himmelberg's kicked it. He's on like 81, and I'm like, oh, and he kicked it insufficient intent. So he got like -9, 5 seconds left. And I said, this is Harry Himmelberg at his finest, and I am sick to death of him.
I am
He's just
sick of this guy.
best role. That's all I'm gonna say. Best role. But yeah, everyone else can get in the bin. Everyone else is actually alright, apart from one cunt that I want to fucking point out. Can you exit out of the screen?
Sorry, I'm trying to get something up right now. There's heaps of viruses coming up on my fucking computer. I'm just trying to get up on fan footy, but it just keeps being fucking ridiculous. Here we go. Fuck off all these stupid ads, fan footy. Yeah,
Oh, no.
dogs. Here we go. Where is he? Lockie Whitfield.
Oh,
Look at that. 137.
wait. So how many disposals did Himmelberg.
36 for, and then
13.
Himmelberg.
25 touches. What is he going at? Fucking 20% DE? Stupid fucking dog.
He's actually
His
his
accumulating, man.
stats aren't actually that bad.
I'm starting him next year. I'm actually like tempted. 'Cause people are going to be put off, and then I'll just be stuck with this. But I picked. You know what shits me? Earlier in the year, I picked Nas. I picked Wanganeen and Malera. Why didn't I just go back to Wanganeen and Malera? That'd be an interesting one. I haven't got the stats there. I'll confirm it later.
All
But
right, let's look at it. Wanganeen
I
Malera.
can't remember the price point that I bought him at though. Maybe my screen will work, but it's fucked.
How do you spell it? Wang.
Yeah, it'll be
There it
there.
is.
So
Wanganeen.
round
Talk us through
12,
it.
round 13. What's his price point? 461. I'm pretty sure Himmelberg was. It's not working, gun.
461. Himmelberg was.
How's your internet so quick, man?
Round 13. Yeah, so Himmelberg was a little bit cheaper. For 370.
So that's the lesson.
About
Stop going for
100K.
the cheap premiums, and you know you're not as smart as you are. I was just trying to be a smart ass. I thought I had the Supercoach cheat code, and he's definitely not the Supercoach cheat code. He's the biggest fucking flog that I've ever fucking seen play.
I reckon that might be a little bit of
He's had
story
one
of
good
your
score.
year. A little bit of story of your year. You thought that you were just being a Supercoach cheap code.
The other person that I want to just like brag about is Merritt. Merritt is, and we actually spoke about him being. I'm actually thinking of skipping English and Bont and going Merritt as vice against West Coast. He's just gonna rip peanuts.
He could, but he could get a lot of attention.
I actually captained him at that last West Coast score, so maybe I should learn from my lesson. And he got
played
tagged.
horribly. He got tagged and he played horribly.
All right, I'm not doing that.
I won't be surprised if that happens again.
I'm not doing that.
And do you reckon, is Yo back already? Yo's back, is he?
Yo's back, but he played fullback. He played fullback. I cannot believe I picked Yo. My God.
Yo.
As soon as I knew, once you bailed off the pick, that should have been me just going, okay, you know, the boys aren't fully invested in this pick. This might be a sign. But instead I picked Yo. He got a 93 and dominated, and then fucking went off with a broken hip. Story of my season.
What did I do instead of going for Yo?
I think he got keys. Nah.
I bring in keys, and I bring in Sarong, I think.
No, that's it. Fuck you, Mikey. But another flog that I just want to point out is Taron Thomas. Biggest game of North's career, trying to beat West Coast. He's literally got the mid-roll. The whole time I was watching him, he was in mid. He didn't even touch it once in the first quarter. I fucking hate him.
This is a fucking dud pick, isn't it? Should have turned up here. Saved his score here.
Fucking oath.
Should have turned up here.
I've got to find my charger. But nah, I hate it.
It's just an annoying pick as well. But honestly, it wouldn't even matter if these two didn't get injured. You know? And then you got Marek down here. Jesus, this is a struggling team. But you know what? If Crooksy kept, let's just say Took didn't get injured, he's got Took in here. Clary doesn't get injured, Clary's in here. Who else did he get that got injured? I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. But I guess you
Back
could
to
have
just
you back. Well, what I was just saying was I guess if you go back to it or you're bad luck, like Took doesn't get injured, you got Took in here.
yeah,
Clary doesn't get injured, Clary's in here.
Degoe.
To go, he's in here. Like it's a really strong team, and then
Josh Kelly, even though he's
yeah,
been a little bit hit and miss. Add
Kelly.
Doherty in there. Who else is just injured that I can just rattle off? Matt Roberts, he's still there.
He's a fucking flog. I can't believe all of us got sucked into that dickhead
There's
who did
heaps
his
of them. Like
ACL.
Sean Darcy, I should have just stayed with, but
Yeah,
deep
we
down,
should have stayed with him.
there's a number of mistakes. But Tom Green and Walsh, they were out. As soon as I saw them, they were out. I've just fucking cried myself to sleep and just put a blanket over my head and just hope I die. 'Cause that's the quickest way I wanted it. I just wanted the pain to end because this last 2 weeks, nearly getting beaten. Look, like I nearly won my league with 2 primos off field, and they got rid of Walsh. Like, and every time I was looking at Supercoach, Darren Thomas had to score like 100 or even 90 to win me my league, and he just looked nowhere there. And then I remember the third quarter game on the line, or fourth quarter. It was fourth quarter, and they were down by 10 or 5. He went to take someone on, and he would have got bulk points from it. Take someone on, just gets done holding the ball. And I just fucking went and watched Stan. I watched Stan. I don't know what series it was,
What'd you watch
but I
on
spent
Stan?
some fucking Aussie stupid TV series. I forget what it's called. Black something Snow. It's like Aussie. Anyway,
Yeah.
it wasn't
Was it
worth.
better?
No, wasn't even better. I was raging. I nearly
You
broke
know
my
what's
PS5
you know
remote.
what's funny about Aussie TV shows? They just fucking suck. Like a lot of the time. Don't you
Yeah,
reckon?
they're very. Oh, yeah. Like, do you remember when we used to watch the Underbelly?
Oh, I never got into it.
Really? Well, I tried to watch the Underbelly about 3-4 weeks ago, maybe a bit. And I watched one episode and I was going, what the fuck were we doing when we were 16? What, you know what I
Well,
mean?
what do you mean? Was it just hectic shit? How the fuck were we watching
Not
this?
hectic shit, just shit acting and just Aussie, yeah,
Yeah.
fucking,
Yeah, I know.
you know what I mean? Like how they act in, I don't mind Aussie shows every now and then because you like to support the local.
Like what one? What would be an Aussie show that you support?
Back to the rafters. I don't know. There's been at least
Back to
one
the
good one.
rafters. Back to the rafters. Back to the rafters was the worst TV show.
Oh, I loved it. It had good morals. It had excellent morals. It had excellent morals, cunt. I remember watching it with my mum all the time because I wouldn't know. I would have been only I would have been like 13 at the time.
Yeah.
Watch out, we might get done with for copyright here.
Nah, surely not on Google fucking images. Back
Um,
to the rafters. What the
there's got
worst
to be
TV?
another. I
What's the
reckon I've
rating on Back to the
I,
Rafters? 7.5 out of
7.5.
10.
I told you, it's good, man.
What about Rotten
But I don't know
Tomatoes?
what happens in the end.
I don't
Um,
want to know.
Other Aussie things, I don't know. Nor do I care. Just
Yeah.
another note. Do you watch Euphoria? We're going off on a massive
Yeah.
tangent,
Actually
but there's
fucking
nothing to
love
talk about.
Euphoria, and it was actually shattering that Mandy
Fez
just sent me
died.
a message just saying, yeah, the
Oh,
first Mandy just sent
sorry.
me a message
Spoiler alert.
saying that Back to the Rafters was a top TV show.
Oh, see?
Amanda, you're fucking wrong. But yeah, really, really
Ask her
sad.
about Underbelly. Ask her about
Amanda,
Underbelly.
what about Underbelly? Did you like that?
Would have been too much guns and tits for her, I reckon.
I don't know. I can't hear it. Oh, here you go. Amanda said dad was on Underbelly. It's probably
Yeah.
an extra. Amanda's dad does a lot of extra stuff. Like, there's a YouTube video out there. Ellie Goulding, I think it is.
Yeah.
He's one of the main characters in her music video. I can't show you on here,
What
but
the
he's like
fuck?
the coach and stuff on the thing and like running it
As
through.
an
One of the main
extra?
characters. No, he's the main
Yeah.
character. Like in the
Oh,
in the in
really?
the thing. Yeah.
Oh, you're
It's
gonna
fucking
send me it
hilarious.
after.
I'll send it to you. It's good. But yeah, really sad about
Oh,
Fez dying. I was like, oh,
shattered.
that hits
I
hard.
love that. I love that series too.
It's a good series, and he was really good actor, like a really good character in it.
Yeah, just a chilled. Yeah, it's actually sad if I'll share it later, like to you, but I think he had a lot of personal problems going on. But it's just like fuck, he's only 25 or 26.
Yeah, he's so young. Was
And
it suicide, or was
yeah,
it
yeah,
overdose? Yeah, that's
suicide. I'm pretty
fucked.
sure. Yeah, but this is what
On a
Supercoach
side
had.
note for Euphoria, real quick, that it'd be really easy for them to just continue on with the series though, because he was just about to get done. But spoiler before anyone,
I
he
think
was just
we've
about to get
spoiled
done
the
by the
whole
public.
series. I would laugh if our viewers are just wanting to fucking start Euphoria. Mate, still watch it. It's a fucking ripping TV show.
It's good, and guess what?
It's
The next
hardcore,
season
though.
got
It's
delayed for a
hardcore.
fucking and it's really fucking raw TV show. Like, no, they don't hold back on that shit.
No,
But good news
they
for you if you
definitely
want to
don't.
watch it, you got heaps of time because the new season got delayed for fucking ages. So
Oh, that's
got
bad
heaps of
news for
time.
us. Bad news for
Bad news
us.
for us, but HBO has got Harry Potter coming out soon, so rip
What
in.
TV series?
Yeah, new Harry Potter TV series.
Oh, I don't like them doing that. I
Yeah,
hope
well,
J.K.
they're
Rowling.
just redoing it with the book. So
Oh, good. That'll probably. Hopefully they
well, it's good because
show
the books are completely different to the fucking movie. So it's
yeah.
I like it, but they could have fucking just do something else. You fucking dickheads,
Is Draco
honestly.
still in there? They say
When
new cast of HBO, and that's Draco's face.
yeah.
Anyway, should we actually talk about in the middle? In the
Okay, let's talk about
So we go. I'd rather
Supercoach.
we talk about this than Tom Green and Sam Walsh and Matthew Johnson, the spud getting
I
dropped.
actually wanted to talk to you about a few things.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
I was looking at I'm not even logged into Twitter here, so we're just gonna have to look at we'll just go to our faces. I was looking at Twitter recently and I saw that there was a lot of beef at North Melbourne. Have you seen this?
For what?
That
Then getting the priority.
nah, that everyone's really unhappy with Clarkson, and they reckon that his game plan is really outdated, and like he's just like they reckon he's really old school and just has like a really dated game plan, and the players don't like it, and Ratton doesn't like it either, and
Ratton doesn't have a choice to fuck with.
yeah, and they're not happy that he was meant to come back last week, and apparently didn't want to come back because they were versing Hawthorn and he didn't want to verse Sam Mitchell. You heard about this?
No, I haven't, but it makes sense because I thought he was back this week, and I thought I
Mm.
told you last week or whenever we did the pod last. I said Clarkson's back.
Mm.
You
No,
know,
he was meant to. He was meant to be back, and they
but
reckon that
yeah, 2 weeks ago.
he's just they're not happy with
I
him, and
I don't know
they're
what's
trying to
going
work
on,
out how
man.
to move him on or something along those lines.
My brother goes to North, and he
Mm.
changed the day after we won the replay final. I remember him everyone was standing in commotion and so happy that we fucking won the replay granny. I
Mm.
remember looking as a 12-year-old, and this cunt was asleep on the chairs, like laying on the seats for when others are just standing up. So
Just
the next day he changes to North, and every day I tell him, and I'm going to share him this 1 minute. 1 hour 10 minute, and I'll say, watch this part. He has hated his life ever fucking since.
really? Is he
North,
just
but I don't think he hates it that much. But I'm like, you have made the worst decision possible in any sporting. Who can just go like such a like we win a lot of games. Every now and then we're
Mm,
shit, but we can win some flags. But North are dead.
mm. You know
I
what he's done? He's walked down a fucking dark road, and there's a T intersection, and there's rainbows and happiness down this one, and it's just fire and hell down this one, and he's
and
gone
it's
down
just
this one.
Clarko just going, come. Oh mate, like I don't know what to do with them. Like I don't know who they're going to recruit. They recruited. Ben Mackay is gone. Ben Mackay, but they're wanting a
Gone.
top 10 pick for him. He's gone to Essendon, I've heard. Done deal.
Done deal.
They've said that they'd be surprised that Ben Mackay ever um, plays for North after this season ends.
They
So,
have worse retention at their club than fucking GWS.
and that's what one of my mates was saying at footy training, because he's a North fan,
Mm.
and he said Lee Brown, we just fucking trained him up. And then he goes to Collingwood, wins a flag. David Hale, Hawthorn. Josh Gibson, Hawthorn. He rattled off like 5 or 6 names, and it is true, but it's just so shit. Like I feel like I think they deserve the priority pick, and they've got a little bit of like talent there, but I don't know,
Yeah, it's
and I
funny
don't
as
think
well.
Clarko is the person either for the helm of that.
Oh, you know, it's funny.
I think
Fucking
Radden is. I think Radden is maybe.
no, don't say that. I
Like
reckon
who's gonna
Ratton's
be?
terrible. He is a mate. This is how good Ratton is. Okay, this is how good he is. Zeeble playing in the back line, killing it. Sheasel in the back line, killing it. You know what? We're gonna get him out of there. It's Ratton time, baby. Fuck him off. Get down forward, Sheasel. And guess what? Zeeble dropped. Fuck off. Guess what? West Coast.
Maybe he
They've been
saw.
saying in the media.
Maybe wait. Maybe Ratton could hear what I was hearing from my KO. His knees just gone. He's gone. Cunt, you're fucked. You need to retire.
This is what his knee was sounding like when he walked past.
Dead set, mate. Dead set. Anyway,
They would walk into the change rooms and they would just sniff. Oh, that's an infected knee, mate.
it's like I'm
Go to
just
the
old.
resis.
What do they do with Aaron Hall? They're just like you. At least you've got an excuse, Evil. Aaron Hall, what are you doing? Just
He was
quickly,
walking
they
in with a
said
roller. Sorry, guy.
Aaron Hall's retired. Do you
Yeah,
believe that?
that's what I said to you at the start. Aaron Hall is retired.
No, I'm saying he.
Oh,
They always they like to say you can decide. You'll get you'll get known for being delisted by the club, or you can
well, you can
retire on
retire.
your own merit. I reckon Aaron
No.
Hall's like, please retire, please.
Well, Aaron Hall was he ever much chop?
Oh, he was last year for Supercoach stuff, but North was shit. But he always got injured. He's always had bad like injury niggles. So he's had. I don't know what player he could have been, but this might have been sort of it. But he could have played maybe a year or two more if he didn't have his hamstring and calf niggles. But he was an
Yeah.
all right kick. Like they said, his disposals or something like that, and
Honestly,
I
I don't
think
give a fuck if someone's an
he
all
kicked
right kick.
70% of them. Yeah, that's true. He's playing for
I
North
mean,
and Gold Coast. Played for North. He played for Gold Coast when they were shit, and North when they were shit.
what a
So
horrible
that
season.
if that's going to
What a
describe one of your
horrible,
players,
yeah, what a horrible career. Imagine that. Yeah, how'd you go when you played AFL, Dad? Yeah, I played for Gold Coast and North. And then we played against West Coast, who are arguably having people were saying this is the worst team in fucking decades. Nobody's ever done this bad, and we played them and got spanked. North
poor
Melbourne.
Arnold.
And you know what? You look at their cheer squad, and it explains a lot of it. If your fucking cheer squad is screaming out "Kanga, Kanga, Kanga," roo, roo, roo.
Had a fucking McDonald's too. Don't forget to include that, mate. Had a McDonald's.
All serious aside, though, for North Melbourne, they have a really good young list, and if they're put in the right hands, I feel like they're going to do well. But the same can't be said for West Coast.
The only good player that I actually watched two good players, and I reckon I might pick him next year, is Elijah Hewitt. I was going to pick him instead of Marek. It would have been actually better, but he's a midfield only. But he looked fucking awesome against North.
Did he?
And yeah, unreal. They reckon he's the top three, midfielders that will be there. Kim and Gibney, and then wanting Reed there, and they could establish a good young core. But the other one is Oscar Allen. He's incredible. He's actually
really
off his head. Anyway, can we stop? I hate West Coast. I don't want to talk about them because I fucking hate them because what they did to us.
Let's just chat. Let's go next subject. Let's talk about you see that Dimmer got offered 5 years today from Gold Coast.
Great move.
Do you reckon he's going?
Excellent. Mate, I don't want to put my house on it because I don't own this house that I'm living in. But
someone knocks up. Hey, mate, guess what? He didn't go.
That's been a done deal for a while. There's a reason why they sacked him.
Yeah, I think that's been a done deal for a long time. Because you know what? Dimmer wants to get. He's tired of the Melbourne weather, and I'm getting old. I want to go up.
And he said on a podcast that he retired too early, or didn't retire too early. He just said, "I think my time's up," and wanted to leave coaching a jar. So it was all written in the. He might have had a conversation with Gold Coast. I know they're not allowed to say it publicly, but he might have said 100%. It's all. But he was getting he's in a Europe trip, or he might be in a Europe trip, or he's somewhere getting fucked up. I'm pretty sure.
Having a couple brewskis, huh?
Yeah, good on you, Dimmer. I wish that was me.
I was also asking. I wanted to talk about, and I saw this on. I don't even know my fucking Twitter, so I'm gonna get it up here real quick. But what's her face? Who's the chick commentator again?
Oh, Kelli Underwood.
Mate,
I know what you're talking about.
Kelli Underwood.
Don't get copyrighted. Where she called the team, she goes, the Gold Coast Lions. Lions are them.
Now, shout out to Smush Operations, because this is your tweet. I'm going to play a couple of your videos real quick. And just listening.
Lemons v Charlie Curnow. Great matchup.
That's not Charlie Curnow, mate. Let's go to the next one, shall we?
This is where they go. Flanders, Hollands, bouncing ball down low to Archie.
Archie. She's a racist. Nah, she's not. I don't want that going on.
Here's the last one, ready?
Not clean my name real quickly. I'm not a racist.
Now she's called Charlie Cameron Curnow twice in a row now. How can you call one of the best
Gold Coast Lions as well?
Yeah.
What's happening with it? Like, I could never do that job. I used to count disposals when I was younger and on a notepad, and used to try and commentate the games. But I knew that career wasn't for me. But if you keep making these blunders, surely your name's gonna get smeared and shit.
Surely someone's had a word to her about that. Do you reckon she's had a few phone calls?
I don't know.
You
You can't be mistaking Charlie Cameron for Charlie Curnow. That's for another topic coming up. But Charlie Curnow's 6'8".
But maybe
And the
she's just
big
said it off the
ox.
start.
She's done it 5 times. Alarming. Someone
You know
drug
what?
test
There's
her.
gonna
Someone
be
drug test her.
she's just you just hear she forgets to hit the mute button and just
Oh, I don't know what she's doing, but that's the only plausible reason.
imagine you go out to
I actually
Ramble or
like
something
Kelly. If
and you
I'm
just
back
say it. Tush, tush, tush.
I don't know what she's doing. Oh my god! I actually liked Kelly, and she's been
You
around for a
liked
while.
her. I
I've
hate
liked her,
listening
but
to her. If her game,
no,
if
but
she
she
is
says
commentating the
things
game,
wrong all the
I
time.
turn it off.
She says things wrong all the time. She
Hmm.
does. I'll give her that. Like she's renowned for doing it.
Hey, she fucking commentated one of Collingwood games once. Just punch a wall. But we're gonna go out to a club. You're gonna see fucking some behind the scenes videos of her just at a club in Germany, just on the bar. It's just
I know.
with brownie.
I don't think that's on. Shut up. Change the subject.
All right, subject change. What do you reckon about fucking what's his mate? He's been playing fucking terribly lately. And it's so shattering that Finn McRae hurt his hand, but Mason Cox does not deserve to be playing in the Pies right now.
I heard someone say that.
He's good
I
for
heard-
structure, but I don't think that with all
I
the
heard
people
Gary
that we've
Lyons
got.
say that he would like Cow to be in the forward line and Frampton in the back, and then Frampton helps. But that sounds terrible.
It's terrible.
But he hasn't looked good. So I saw a tweet, but I was a bit I was on the beers with Dippy. But I saw a tweet that Cox was crying on the bench, and it actually didn't put it past me. Like, did he look?
He looked distraught. Like when he got taken off and he was subbed off. Like fair call. What he had like 4 disposals or something. Like, let's have a look at this real quick. Mason Cox just he didn't have many, and he didn't look good.
This isn't the game. This isn't the game for him because Carlton are all right defender wise, but
3 disposals he's had with 33%.
I saw Hippo that cunt fucking call him a crybaby and everything. And I didn't like that.
But like he's a good player, but he's put up a couple real bad performances.
Yeah, I think who takes his spot?
Well, what have
Johnson.
we been subbing out for every week?
A ruckman.
We sub out someone in the middle, like a clearance player, to get more run in the team. We're not subbing out people to be taking more fucking big marks or just doing whatever the fuck Crocs has been doing, which is nothing. We're not subbing players out for that. Like,
yeah, there's going to be some tough decisions at the end. And this is what we've all been saying. So maybe he's got to go, but he's a good squad player. I just don't know. I'd rather Johnson. Johnson's hit 6 goals for, I'm pretty sure, in his last 2. But we'll see. This week we're versing Hawks, and we'll probably just bolt him in the back of the head.
A close game. Hawks. I was saying this to you.
No,
I'm going to make a bold call real quick. Did I say this last week?
You said this last week. We've already betted a slab of beers on it.
We put a slab of beers on it. Okay, I don't need to say it then. I reckon the Hawks will push next year.
Yeah, they got a good chance.
Yeah. Quick Pies chat.
Did you have anything else? Pies chat?
Yeah, do you have a few things that you want to chat about?
Just quickly. Your best backman this year, your best midfielder, your best forward, your best ruck, and your your biggest fuckhead in the league that
That's
you hate?
actually a good one. That's actually a good one. Let's just
And it
quickly
doesn't have
check
to
it.
be Supercoach related. It can
Yeah,
be
no,
anyone.
I just did do this so I could see them.
Oh,
Visually
look,
see 'em.
yeah. How are you gonna? The defenders would.
My favorite defender to watch this year. I mean, I have to say Darcy Moore. He plays for us and
Yeah.
incredible intercept marker. Like at some point at the earliest stage of the season, teams were having to tag Darcy Moore or change their game plan around Darcy Moore. He was playing like a fucking an early days McGovern, just marking everything down there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I reckon he's like opposition are definitely like taking note of Darcy Moore, and they're making him man up more, which I've noticed because like they just put Kerno on him and try and man up on him, stop him, and then Kerno would go the other way and mark it. Like, but that's happened a couple of weeks now where he's like on the number one defender, which I
He's
just
a
feel like
terrible defender.
yeah, he is.
He's
Oh, he's not
terrible
too bad.
one-on-one. He's not
He is
amazing one-on-one. He leaks he leaked six
Yeah.
goals to fucking Kerno on the
Yeah.
weekend. Or was it
Free
5
kick,
goals?
free kick, Kerno.
Yeah,
Free kick, Kerno.
he just kept and he does it a lot. Like it's when he's on a big forward from the other team, he's not stopping them. Like,
What
would you
about
agree?
I completely agree, but I agree as well as when he's on his good day, he can actually beat everyone. It's just dependent on if that forward is having a fucking like it's just a game of inches. So he can easily have when he's looked good. He played an excellent game against Carlton the game before because he was doing the same thing, but he was also on Ben Mackay probably or Harry Mackay.
Yeah, I reckon they play better without him. They kick more goals.
That's what I agree, but I don't want to talk any Carlton chat because I fucking hate him. Midfield is quick.
Right, who's your favorite defender?
Defender will go 1-on-1.
Yeah.
I reckon Sam Taylor, this guy from GWS, he never misses. Like his stats are unbelievable. He's going to make All Australian this year. But he's 1-on-1 percentage of winning them is second to none. I think it's best in the league. But he did his hammy midway through, so like his stats are skewed. But now he's intercepting a lot of marks. He's just never gets beaten.
Oh, I actually do know this cunt. And what's the minimum amount of games that you have to play to get All Australian?
I can't remember. You'd think it's 16, wouldn't you?
Oh, here we go. Taylor is on track to play 16 games this season if he can stay fit for the remaining 5 home games.
He never gets beaten. Never gets beaten. I love watching him. And he's a homegrown player. I reckon the Giants are going to make finals, and I'm impressed with the Giants. They've lost Taranto and Hopper, and they might lose Himmelberg, but they don't look like they'll lose anyone. They're on 5 win streak. Jesus Christ. Think about what's their points? Oh no, there's no. So that's the top 4 right now.
Yeah, the top 4 doesn't change. It just mixes. Like if Pies lose, probably still stay there.
Yeah.
But yeah, midfielder. My favorite midfielder. I can't just keep saying fucking Pies players.
Yeah, let's just try and not say a Pies player for this whole thing.
Favorite midfielder to watch this year. You go first, so you think about it.
Mine's got to be Libba. The amount of times he's in, like, he's got three people hanging off him, and then he just manages to just handball it. Yeah. You're an owner of him. Do you just go, how the fuck have you got that handball out? You are insane.
Yeah, he doesn't get a lot of them as well, but he's probably one of the best hardball, like Tom Mitchell-esque type of players, hardball
Yeah,
get
yeah.
players in the league. He's fucking incredible to watch. He just does a lot of small things that just go unnoticed a little bit.
But did we say that it's sort of the best midfielder, or there's no real tag? It's more our favourite top
Yeah, it's
five.
your favorite
Yeah,
to
yeah,
watch
yeah,
this year.
yeah.
Probably my favorite to watch this year with Dawson. He's been
Yeah,
fucking
unreal.
that cunt. He hits. He changes games, and he hits. His center inside 50 kick is incredible to watch. Like if everyone could just watch a little bit of a clip of him kicking the ball, like the delivery
I
to
reckon he's the
anyone
best. He's the best kick in the game. Maybe
easily.
not, but no, he might be better than Dacos because
I
Dacos
reckon
is
he's better than
small.
Dacos.
Yeah,
He hardly ever misses like an important kick that like has to
yeah,
hit leading forward. It's just always in their on their chest, like out the space, bang, run onto it. It's
yeah.
fucking
And that's
perfect.
the frustrating part about this season. I think I picked Dawson last season and started him.
Mm,
Dude, this guy is just next level. He's like captain for a reason. He never fucks up. I know he had his bit of a dry spell. He goes in and out, but that's all
mm,
players do. But he's been pretty consistent, man.
And Adelaide chased him for a reason. I mean, he
Yeah,
was at Sydney.
yeah. I'm pretty sure Adelaide had to give a top 10 pick and Sydney wanted a top 2 pick, and they're like, nah. So they were able to get a deal done, but Sydney rated him as a top 2 pick,
mm, must have been
which,
highly rated.
yeah, massively rated.
Um,
Forwards for me, Toby Green.
oh, I fucking back that. The guy's a fucking wizard.
He is incredible, man. Every time I watch him, he's like, and just to have a small dig at Tom Papley. Tom Papley, you fucking wish you were that type of player, mate. Toby Green
Mate.
is just a wizard that just, I don't even, if Toby Green like belted one of the Collingwood players, I wouldn't be angry because I just reckon this guy just plays that hard and can just do shit that no one else can do. So I feel like he's got a little bit of a grace card. Whenever he has he always fucks up every season. He always flattens someone. But I can't
Yeah.
seem to hate him. People hate him for some reason. He's a gun.
They hate him because he's a gun and he's a little bit of a smart ass sometimes about it.
Yeah. I love
But
him.
he's fucking he can mark it in the air. He can go down low. Like he's
He,
so quick. He can shrug
he
a
needs a
tackle. He's so
second.
strong.
He needs a
Yeah.
second or 2 seconds. And he already knows it's going in. Like he's
I
that
would
quick.
almost go close to saying he's one of the most underrated players. If he played in Victoria, he's one of the best players in the AFL.
Yeah. Yeah. And he'll never go back there. He's captain. He's said it on a podcast just recently. Like he's loving it up there because you don't get it much spotlight. And he'd have heaps of spotlight on him if he moved down here.
Yeah. Yeah. He'd be in the papers all the time. He'd be the Jordan De Goey, but a better version.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
by the way, I reckon we should skip ruck because nobody gives a fuck about the rucks.
I honestly don't enjoy watching any ruckman this year. And Max Gorn, I'm going to put out a little thing to you right now. You're a fuckhead, mate.
Jesus.
I honestly, every time I see his face now, his smiling, dopey face, just annoys it didn't annoy me when he got 200, but now he's consistently playing like this. I
You
turn
should
the
have
game
traded
off.
Steele. You actually should have traded Steele. But it still wouldn't have worked out. Like, because you were choosing one of each, weren't you?
I don't even care. I'm not even going to talk about it.
Anyway, who's your forward?
My forward? Oh,
Yeah.
I won't pick Toby Green because you picked him. You know who's really good to watch? I can't pick Pies players. So, sorry, I'll take that back.
Just pick a Pies player.
Okay.
You're obviously stuck.
Bobby Dazzler. Bobby Hill has been.
We missed him.
He kind of reminds me early days Leon Davis.
Yeah,
Like-
Leon was probably that guy as well. We just were too young to,
Yeah.
fully. We weren't as invested as we are right now. So Leon was probably that guy. But Leon was obviously a legend as well.
Mm.
But he probably
Mate.
only needs about 5 to 8 seasons.
Leon was so slick, like
Yeah,
always 2 steps ahead, always cool, calm, and it gives me Bobby Hill vibes at the moment. Always cool and calm, so
Yeah.
slick.
Yeah.
Could get a goal from anywhere. So
yeah.
he's been really,
Yeah.
really, really good to watch. I thought we'd quickly get into Pies chat. It's we've got obviously we just got fucking spanked on the weekend.
Embarrassing.
It wasn't really embarrassing. I feel like if we kicked 2 of
Straight,
those
we would
goals,
have
we
been in
win.
it. Yeah. Yeah.
No, we win. If we go into that last quarter 1 goal ahead, like higher, like we've kicked one more goal or 2 or more of those goals, we win.
Yeah.
I don't see there's a way where we lose that. And we didn't. We looked really good in the first. We got destroyed around the ball. Fucking destroyed around clearances and around the ball.
Very good clearance team. This is why I didn't pick Dacos, because they're actually good at finding the ball, these guys.
Mm.
Kerno just had his best game. That's who I was actually sort of wanting to. I was watching Kerno dominate us. He's got to be the best forward in the game right now. Easily. Better than Jezza.
There's no way, mate. Jeremy Cameron at the start of the year was going to win a Brownlow as a fucking forward.
Yeah.
I reckon Jeremy
You
Cameron.
still reckon Jeremy.
Oh, Jeremy Cameron is miles ahead of Kerno. He's no competition. You're talking about
Not at the moment. Not
a
since he's knocked down.
steak and wine dinner versus fucking a fucking cheeseburger at Macca's.
Charlie's won a few Kernos. Copeland's.
I know, but Jeremy Cameron, who would you? Okay, here you
Sound
go.
like Kelly Underwood at the moment.
If you were just making a team, right, and you could pick one big time forward at the moment, who are you picking?
Cameron.
You're picking Cameron.
Yeah.
He can
I
play up the
there's
ground.
There's a conversation to be had that those two aren't that far away from each other.
Probably not that far away, but you pick Cameron every day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that the game looked very similar to when we lost against Melbourne.
McStay, what's your thoughts?
I loved it. I was at the start. I was saying that McStay was slowing us down. He looked like he was kind of slowing our run down, and he's playing way too high. And then they chucked him down at full forward, and he looked good down there. He didn't kick straight, which kind of hurt us.
This is the thing. Breno, a Lions supporter, has told us this is his thing.
He's a good mark.
He's a shit kick.
Solid hands, cunt.
How good is it?
Yeah, just bop. Look at that. I fucking got it, cunt. And then
he don't need no glove, chubby cloak.
Nah.
He don't need no glove.
It was good. But you know what though? He only took those marks because Cox was in the team.
Yeah.
Cox had 2 people hanging off him.
Okay,
like stop this cunt. And then McStay's
so
like,
that's why Cox will stay. Cox will stay.
Yeah.
We'll give it one more week, I reckon, and Bobby Hill will be in for someone. Don't know who.
McCreary already said that he's in.
Yeah, McCreary. Bo McCreary might get dropped. Cannot believe he missed from 5 meters out, but he kicked the other one that he needed to kick. But Bobby needs to come in. He's our X factor.
He's really good. He has some down games, but those kind of players have those games.
Oh, small forwards always do. So I don't really know. Maybe Ash Johnson comes in or Ginny, but you can't really sub Cox out for someone smaller than Johnson. I don't think you make many changes to that team. That's what I'm trying to say.
I think that was probably one of our best teams that we could put it out there, and they just kept missing.
Yeah.
Elliott missed goals that he normally slots.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
fucking missing goals from right in front,
they
like
cost Burnt
multiple
Elliott
times.
sometimes. Yeah, it's just one of those games.
Probably
But
one of
it's all
those
right.
games that needed to happen.
That's exactly what I was just going to say. When we always talked about we need a loss somewhere, just not to Carlton.
I
Oh,
know
Carlton.
all my family Carlton supporters, like my dad's side,
Yeah.
they were just letting us have it all week. And what I was just saying, I was like, Carlton supporters, the only team. I said something stupid and I regretted saying it straight away.
Oh,
I was
no.
like,
Are we going to get cancelled for this?
I just go, no, I just said Carlton supporters, arguably one of the best lists in the AFL, and they're stoked to make it into the AFL for what could only be one day. Delusional. And then I was just like, that was a stupid call. But they do, like, they honestly have one of the best lists. Like,
Yeah, they do.
and
So I hope they're not. I hope they're not coming. But they're not going
it looked
They'll
like they
make the
could be
8.
coming.
I reckon.
They'll make
I
the
reckon
8
they'll make
easily.
the 8.
Their run
And
home
I
is
remember
easy.
tuning into SEN about the time that we started this podcast. So I used to turn it on every Saturday morning, make a coffee, just have brekkie or whatever I do in the morning, and just listen to these not St Kilda, Carlton supporters just absolutely fucking rail their team with abuse and say they're not making finals. And now look at them. They're in the same situation. They probably just cost themselves a top 4 spot, but it's pretty competitive anyway. So
yeah, they fucking have beaten. You know what? The injuries have probably done well for them because Sam Walsh not playing has allowed other players to let loose, and
yeah,
Mackay in there, not in full forward, has made them kick more goals and have an option.
And then Chera was out, and then they had to get Hewitt in there, and yeah, but it is what it is. We'll be back.
Yeah, I think they'll be very competitive in the finals.
I hope not. I hope
They've
they
beaten 1 and
out.
2. I hope they go
I
in
hope-
straight sets.
Well, they can't. Well, they won't get 4. So
I hope they go out in one
straight
set.
one set. Yeah, that's better.
Yeah.
But I hope so too.
All right.
And then
Let's
imagine the cry afterwards, though. Oh,
I
sack
can't
Buffy!
fucking wait for it. Can't get rid of Voss. He's the worst coach in the world. Oh my god! Quickly, let's just go through
Tips.
We didn't do captains, mate. We forgot about it, but we'll do tips.
Captains. My captain is one of the Bullies boys, and Merritt, or it's going to be Merritt and we got it right here. Well, I can't do Dunkley's on a Sunday. I might go Errol. I might go Nick Dacos, but he's actually going to have a massive tag on him again because Finn McGuinness is in. So maybe it's English into one of the Adelaide boys, or maybe go Merritt into Dawson or Laird.
I was gonna go English into Laird.
Yeah, I kind of just want Merritt.
But if Took's running around like a fucking dickhead again, tagging people, I don't want any of that smoke.
And don't forget, tagging, roping people.
Yeah, finally grabbing groins. Just put all these, mate.
You know how much that would hurt. He's actually smart as for thinking about that. Like, I could never imagine going for a tackle and thinking where his nuts are and just squeezing them and fucking just.
Apparently they'll punch in and off the ball. I was listening on the radio.
Well, they've always hated each other. They've hated each other for. It's a year on. Like, I remember Zorko going to shake his hand after Took tagged him, and then Zorko just pulled his hand away or something like that. And Took's like, "What the fuck? What the fuck, gun?"
I love that. I love the Q clash.
Anyway,
make it real.
Who are your captains?
I'm gonna go English into Dawson or Laird. Probably Laird. Yeah, Dawson looks like he's back, but I'm just scared that they'll send a tag to him, but they won't send a tag to Laird.
Yeah, I wish I had Gorn or Pachaka, but that's just another story.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean by you need those players that are just fucking certains.
Yeah.
I'd love to put a C on Gorn this week, but
I mean, Freo's midfield have been fucking terrible. So I could just break this Sunday captain drought and go against my word. Dunkley is just trustworthy.
yeah, I'd be going Dunkley at Optus. Anyway, your tips real quick.
I'm going Bullies. You?
I'm going Richmond.
Richmond looks shot. Essendon?
Richmond don't look shot.
They're shot. Ever since Nankervis King hit Lloyd.
Actually, you're
Since-
right. Soldo looked fucking like he was about to pass out. Did you see him screaming to get him
Yeah.
back on the bench? Get him
Yeah.
off the bench? Fucking
Yeah.
get him back on.
That's when
Gorn
that's
is
when-
going nuts. He's
when
kicked
Gorn had
60
his-
points.
Well, they reckon Soldo was the second highest on the ground rated.
Yeah,
Like they were just going hell for leather.
Battle of the Racks.
Anyway, we skipped that Essendon West Coast game.
Yeah.
We go Adelaide Gold Coast. I'm tipping Adelaide.
Yeah, I'm going Adelaide. They need to win.
Collingwood Hawks. Easy. Skip over that.
Who
It's
are you
easy.
going to go at GMHBA?
Geelong.
I think
I
I'm going to
reckon-
go
I reckon-
Geelong as well, and Port are going to drop even more.
That's great to see. You fucking bunch of pretenders. Seriously. You played your grand final 2 weeks ago.
And they fucking lost. And then they
Yeah.
played it again against Adelaide on the weekend and lost.
Lost. I tipped Port as well. Thinking,
Dickhead. I told you Adelaide.
yeah,
Don't listen
I
to
don't
me.
rate- I rated Adelaide and then I didn't rate him, and now I have to rate him again. But yeah,
They just
They're
played
just-
a fucking blinder. Tex went nut. Tex is having
I
the best
know.
season he's ever played. He's like a
I
fine
know.
wine, the big Texan.
he's
Better
always
wage.
made a All Australian 40, but he's never made a All Australian 22. So this is his year, surely.
Definitely.
GWS Sydney, GWS for me.
I'm going to go Sydney.
All right.
I don't
Skip
know why.
over that. Skip over the North and Melbourne game.
Yeah.
Saints Carlton. I'm going
Saints.
Carlton.
Oh, we're going different here. We're going complete opposites the whole time.
Carlton will smack them. Saints are no good, mate. Saints have proved that they're no good for a while.
I
They just keep
agree
winning by
with
small
you.
ranges.
I
small
agree with you
margins.
so much. But I'm just gonna go Saints just because I don't like Carlton. I think Carlton are gonna smack them, and we're just gonna hear all about it.
Yeah,
But I
it could
hope they
happen.
do.
I hope it happens. So Carlton miss out on the 8.
Mm.
Freo Brisbane.
Wow, how's that? Freo at $2.64. That's pretty good odds.
Yeah, I think Brizzy, but Lockie Neal hasn't looked that good the last 3 weeks.
I'm
He
gonna
might
go
get
Brisbane
tagged
as well.
by Aish. Yeah,
Mate, anyone who's getting tagged by Aish is fucking laughing. Aish is a fucking lemon.
little scrawny cunt, isn't he?
Aish the headband fucking lemon dickhead. Remember when he was at the Pies?
He was good at the Pies.
No, he wasn't. He was a fucking lemon there as well. He was the
Oh.
Magin before Magin. Aish was.
Don't
He was
do
lucky
that.
to get a game.
He was good.
No, he
I'm not
wasn't.
having that. I'm not having that.
He played off the half back line and just fucking. I don't think I ever saw him kick the ball ever. He would just handball it to the closest person. Most of the time it was Pendlebury. Pendlebury probably knew it. So just give me the ball, you fucking silly cunt.
Should we end it on that?
Yeah, end on that. See you later. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching, guys.